Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second video that we'll have for YouTube for Nocturnal Podcast, nocturnalpodcast.com. My name, of course, is Nocturnal, aka Chris Drake. And today we're going to talk about making something that's really good. And it's pretty filling. There aren't many leftovers, and if there are leftovers, they tend to carry over into the next day and the day after. It's a fairly simple recipe, really. What we're going to be making today is pouch pork chops. Okay, and these pouch pork chops, we've got some vegetables that go with our pork chops. What it is we cut up some vegetables, we take a pork chop, we put it in some aluminum foil, we take our vegetables and we put them into a big stock pot. We mix all that up with some olive oil and some garlic powder and some Cajun spice. We throw all that together. We put all of that on top of the aluminum foil with the pork chop, right? And then what we do is we add about a teaspoon of butter, and I can already hear it. Why would you use olive oil and butter? Well, it's very simple. The olive oil helps the seasoning, the powdered seasoning, the Cajun spice and the garlic powder, stick to the vegetables. Okay? And the butter helps everything taste a little bit better. But what we do is we roll all this up, and I'll show you how I do that. And we make pouches. We take these pouches and we put them onto a 9x13 baking sheet, and we put them in the oven at 425. They cook for almost an hour, half an hour on each side, and when they come out, the vegetables are done. They're soft, and the pork chop is fall off the bone tender. This is awesome because this recipe in my family causes the itis, which if you've ever had the itis, if you have really good food, it causes you to get kind of sleepy. Alright, what we'll do is we'll go ahead through our list of vegetable ingredients. We have a 5-pound bag of potatoes. You can skin them if you want, peel them, or you can do what I do and cut them into bite-sized pieces. We have 2 packages of broccoli. Each one comes with between 3 and 4 stalks. I got these for $1 at Walmart. I'm not advertising Wally World. I have a head of cauliflower that I break up into smaller pieces, and we have carrots, a bag of carrots, and I cut them on the bias. It gives it a little bit of a different texture, and that's what it's all about. Is it has to taste good. If it's all mushy in your mouth, you might not like it. So this is a home run in my house. We'll go ahead and get things started, and I'll put stuff in the bowls to show you about what size I cut it at as far as the size of the vegetables, and then I'll put it in the stock pot and I'll show you what I do with the seasoning. Alright, stay tuned, y'all. We'll be right back. Okay, folks, well, here's what I said I would do. Here we have my carrots cut up in different sizes. As you can see, not all of them are cut on the bias. There are lots of odds and ends, and see, there's one that's cut on the bias, and there's one that's cut on the bias. But that's about the size we want. About 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch is all you want as far as the size on your carrots. That way you're sure to cook them all the way through. We'll go over here to my broccoli. And some of you are going to be gasping the top of your lungs at me because all I used were the florets. I didn't use the stalks or the stems. My wife and my son don't like the woody part of the broccoli, although I'll skin it, peel it, and eat it, and it's good. I like it. And then we have the potatoes, And with the potatoes, once again, we want it between 1/4 and 1/2 of an inch. I just went ahead and did a 5-pound bag of potatoes. And it is in different sizes, in between sizes, see, because you'll get some of them that are a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. The cooking time will vary a little bit, but not by a whole lot. And then over here we've got the cauliflower, which also, if you take a look, there are some big pieces and some little pieces. I just break this up by hand. It usually just, you know, crumbles. See? And then if you don't want the stem, you get rid of the stem. You just crumble a little bit more with your fingers. This is perfectly edible. Throwing this out is a bad idea. But if you don't want this, you don't have to have it. That's good. So what I've done is I've gone ahead, pardon me, and I have cut up the potatoes and the onion, there's no onion in this, but you're more than welcome to add it if you'd like. Please don't let my creativity stunt your growth. That's what this website's about, is helping you to become more independent and self-sufficient while continually gaining knowledge in an ever-changing world. The idea here is that this can be used with more than just pork chops, which we've got 2 packs of pork chops sitting over there on my stove. This is about improvising, adapting, and overcoming. You don't have to use pork chops. You could use chicken. You don't have to use bone-in pork chops. I just bought them because it was easier. Now what you could do is you could get a pork loin and you could trim the fat off of it and cut your pork chops to whatever thickness you want. Make up your vegetables, and we can get you set up here again. You could go ahead and do what you needed to do as far as, you know, improvising. You could, as I said before, you could use chicken, you could use turkey, you could use anything. If you want to put green beans into your stock pot, put green beans in it. There are times where I'll cut up a pound of bacon. Just cut it up, and okay, if I'm not going to let my family eat out of this, I'll go ahead and I'll throw the bacon in, and I'll add that as I'm going along. Now, do you want to be eating raw bacon? Probably not. Could you use store-bought bacon, the stuff that's already cooked? Yeah, you could. You could use ham slices. You could use... don't limit your imagination. Don't worry about thinking in straight lines. Don't think in straight lines. The straightest lines you'll ever think of are the ones that usually lead you to a dead end, in my opinion. I don't think in straight lines, folks. I do what I can with what I got. Now, we do have our extra virgin olive oil. We're going to go ahead and continue with this, and then I'll show you what I do with adding the seasoning and stuff, and then we'll pause it again, and I'll show you what I do when I package up the pork chops. And after that, that'll be just about it for the video. But we'll go ahead and we'll move my cutting board and stuff out of my way so I can work a little more, because all I have is my kitchen table right now here in the nocturnal home. You might be asking where my executive chef is right now. Here in Flat Ground in Indiana. We got a nice day. My wife and my son, they're not like me. I am nocturnal. They like sunshine. Go figure. But good dump of the olive oil. We're just gonna coat everything. Okay? This is a lot of oil. A lot of olive oil. I'd say probably about a cup. That's about what I figure from the neck of the bottle where I was at to where I am at the top of the label. That's about a cup of olive oil that's in there now. Don't be stingy with your spices. Your garlic powder, okay? We've got our shaker. We want to make sure we get a good shake in here. What we're going to do, and this is for the moms and dads out there, go ahead and go get your kids. It's about time to get messy. We're going to add our Cajun spice now. I like Cajun spice. You might not. If you don't like Cajun spice, try something else. Try poultry seasoning. Poultry seasoning goes good on pork chops. Try sage. Try everything. Anything and everything. like I said, don't let that stunt your opportunity for growth. I believe we need to get our kids back in the kitchen and start teaching them again. There are too many of them out there. My opinion, again, is there are too many of them. Oh, that's good. There are too many of them out there that are reliant on ding cuisine. Okay, where they take the food, they put it in the microwave, ding, it's done. See, we nice heavy doses of our Cajun spice in here. Okay, and here comes the messy part. You have to use your hands to stir it. A pot this big, you're going to need to stir it by hand, and you're just going to turn it, right? So, I'm going to go ahead and pause it again, get this seasoned up, get everything ready to go, and then I'm going to show you how to package it up and get it in the oven. We'll see you here in just a couple minutes. Thanks.